Hi, I'm Liz. I go by Stitch by Liz with an underscore over on Instagram. And welcome to Flosstube 87. Today is, what's today? Thursday, the 16th of October, 2025. Yeah, welcome if you're new. Welcome. It's so good for you to be here. Thank you for clicking on one of my videos. If you're returning, welcome back to the Hot Mess Express. That is me. If you are new, this is my little corner of YouTube where I talk about my cross stitch and whatever else I want to talk about. This little corner up here is where my husband and unpaid editor Ross pops in whatever he wants to. He does have his own channel and he's linked down below. This little corner down here, or apparently, you know, his tail just flicked, is where the tiny Dark Lord Vader pops in and says whatever he wants to. You saw his tail in this corner. We'll see if he makes another appearance, but he's just left the room. Today you have Pajama Liz because it's currently 6 a.m. It's very early, but I need to get this filmed and given to Ross so he can edit. And then I have a full day of work and work is flat out. So I'm going to jump into it. So what has been happening? Not much. Had a christening, which was good. My aunt unfortunately is in a hospital, so you know, send your good vibes to her if she's watching. Hi. If she's not, well, she's not gonna see it. Other than that, we finished a couple of things for our holiday in February, which I'm so excited for. I absolutely cannot wait. Solar panels got installed on Tuesday, which was exciting. And yeah, we're going to have some more work happening around the house because we're getting our evaporative cooler and our gas ducted heating pulled out. When that gets booked in, and it'll be changed to a reverse cycle system, which is going to be really good because it'll run off the solar and the battery that we had installed. So it's going to be more energy efficient, and we love a green queen. Anyway, I don't have any finishes. I don't have any new starts. Who am I? Who is this person working on whips only? And I did work on quite a few whips. So yeah, there's a couple of things in Q-snaps because I'm actively working on them at the moment. Gryffindor common room, I'm still having the Q-snap and I've only taken the top off so you can see what I've gotten done. But everything else is, you know, free reign. I have one tiny piece of haul as well. My fabric of the month came in, so I'll show you that a little bit later. But I will jump into my whips. So the first whip is 324 324 by Works by ABC. This is the cross stitch version. I am currently somewhere in these yellow, brown, orange situations down here. I know, like, the 4 rows on this side have not been 4 rows, columns on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. None of that has been done. So I'm like somewhere down here because I think I've got like 25 of the bottom left to go. I'm way behind on this, you know, 1 per day, but as long as it's done before the end of the year, it's fine. So 324, like I said, is currently in the Q-snap. I'm actually literally like my needle is hanging. This is where I'm up to. I'm not taking it out. It's in the Q-snap. I literally stopped working on this to film. But over the past 2 weeks, I've pretty much gotten these 4, I think the 5th row as well. But like I said, I'm not pulling it out of the Q-snap. But over the past few days, I've gotten from here down done. I will be working on this today and tomorrow because it needs a chunk of work before the weekend. And the weekend is 24 hours of cross stitch. So we'll see what I can get done on this, but then it'll be full bore with Gryffindor common room to see how much I can get done for the weekend. And there is, honestly, Gryffindor common room, and I don't think this is fully updated. No, it's not, because I'm pretty sure I have something like 2,700 stitches left and my spreadsheet's not updated, which is a bit concerning, but it's fine. It is what it is. So 324 needle minder is the Lily of the Valley, and that's from Ginger Stitch AU. Let's not forget the AU this time. Sorry, friends. Next up is 324, the sequel. This is also by Works by ABC. It's the companion piece for 324. This is the backstitch, blackwork, specialty stitch version of the original. And for this one, I'm in the same place. So this is where I'm up to. I literally do a square on here and a square on there in the same color, so I'm not like just doing one and then coming back and having to pull like a thing when I do the next row. So I just do one at a time. So this is where I'm up to. This is the color that I'm currently doing the cross stitch on, for 324. But yeah, this is stitched on a 25 count even weave, over 1 or 2 depending on how it's called. And the other one, which I didn't share, is on a 36 count even weave, 2 over 2 full cross. Needle Minder, which is the terrarium jar, is also from Ginger Stitch AU. Okay, next up, oh, I forgot a whip. That's fun. I'm gonna have to pause when I get to it. Next up is the Golden Dragon. I don't know who this is by. Who is this by? Golden Dragon is by Espiridis Funsheep. I think they're on Etsy anyway. I love this. I'm obsessed with this. I'm pretty sure they're the same. I'm not sure if they're the same designer as the Sword of Power. I don't think so. But anyway, this is amazing. This is where I'm up to. This is stitched on an 18 count Amethyst by Crafty Leanie. I just have it folded in half. But yeah, this is where I'm up to. So as you can see, I started doing the back stitch as I go, which I absolutely love. And then I have started on the dragon. I'm pretty sure I finished all the half crosses in the top half, and then I need to work on the dragon so I can get down to the counting. So at least I can then smash out the half stitch. Half stitch is like so fast. So that's where this is up to. Kitty in the Donut Needle Minder is also from Ginger Stitch AU. Yeah, I love this one. It is amazing. Okay, I feel like that's gonna fall, and you know, we'll see what happens. Next up was one of my Whip Go calls for, what month are we in? October. And that is A Court of Crows by Fine Frog Stitching. This was a stitch along that I was doing. The stitch along's done, I'm not. But you know, it is what it is. I don't think there's going to be a ton of stitching involved, but this is where it's up to. So this is stitched on an 18 count. I think it's Plum by Forbidden Fibre Co. It came in the rainbow box, which was amazing. So that's where this is up to. What I actually worked on is, so I put in this whole motif, put in the red, the yellow, and the blue up here, just because I was working on it on those colors and just work them in. And then my next will be, once I finish that, will be to put in the crow that's in there. And then I will just have 3 crows, a sword, and the banners left to finish. So we'll see. We'll see if I do this next or if I move back up to the top. But I love this. This fabric, by the way, is amazing. Little Ducky Needle Minder is also from Ginger Stitch AU. So, Court of Crows. Oh, need to stop adding things to those lists. Okay, I'm going to pause really quickly. I'm going to go get my other whip go call for October because I also did that. I'll do this whip so then I can just get it out of the way. But this is Mario Through the Ages. It's a free pattern over on the Sprite Stitch forum. I'm pretty sure Athena is stitching this, and Kevin from Accio Whip. I'm not sure if he started it. I have a feeling he has, but don't hold me to that. I, however, had already started this, stuffed up my orientation on 18 count, then restarted it. Now I'm doing it on 1/1 on 32 count. And this is what it looks like. So this is a 32 count, I want to say Clouds by Color Cascade. It literally looks like the sky. That's where I'm up to. 1/1 on 32 count. Crazy. So what I did, just to change it up a little bit, was do one strand of this 919, I think it is, whatever color the ready orange is, brown. And then I started putting in a different color and started working on a Mario, just because this block stitching was doing my head in. I did make a mistake though, which is not fun. I added, for some reason, an extra column on the M, or on this somewhere in here, and it's just stuffed everything up. But I'm counting from, like, this guy, I started from where it starts under the A, so it should all match up. It's fine, but yeah, just super frustrating that it'll be over on this a bit, but it's not like this isn't the very edge. It does go up past here, just further down on each row. My Princess Peach needleminder is also from Ginger Stitch AU. Okay, let's not put that on that pile because that's going to fall. Next up, I spun my little wheel, and it spun up Flapjack Octopus by Needlelot Designs. I discovered a counting error and had to frog 300 stitches, and then started restitching said stitches. I didn't get all of them done, but you know, it is what it is. And this is where I'm, oh my god, that needle minder. This is where I'm up to. So as you can see, I had to frog up here, to frog everything on this side too. And then I started restitching it, and then realized I have run out of this sand color, and then I've run out of this orangey color, which is so frustrating, but you know, it happens. It's fine. It is what it is. So this is stitched on a 32 count. I want to say Islands of Avalon, but you know what? I can check for you because my spreadsheet is open. Oh, I'm correct. Islands of Avalon. Look at that. This is also by Color Cascade. Flapjack Octopus Needleminder is from Ginger Stitch AU, and it is just perfect for this piece. And literally the only reason I started this piece, other than Needlelot Designs is amazing, is because the needleminder came in. So, you know, things get started. Can I also just, speaking of Needlelot Designs, I have pre-ordered her book that's out next year. I pre-ordered the Kindle edition because for some reason you can't get the print edition in Australia. So Kindle edition, at least I'll get it the day it's released. Anyway, next up is another whip I spun up. This one does not have many stitches. I mean, it still has many stitches, but in comparison to most of my other projects, it doesn't. So this is the Haunted Mansion by the Witchy Stitcher. This is my absolute favorite ride in Disneyland. I cannot wait to be there in February and ride this ride, because last time we went it was closed for a refurbishment, and I'm hoping it is not closed when we're there, because I will be so sad. Like I said, it's my favorite ride. I absolutely love it. This is where I'm up to. This is stitched on a 16 count. What is this called? Blackbird. I don't know why I was gonna say Bluebird, because that's not right. Blackbird by Color Cascade. This is a 16 count. I love this color. I also get it in the 32 count linen, but as you can see, it's like black, blue. Yeah, stunning. Anyway, this is where the Haunted Mansion is up to. I have my little stitch in a pump jack-o'-lantern needleminder. This is from Inchworm Designs. I thought it was appropriate. So I put 3 shades of teal while I was working on it. I've only finished one of them. There is more to go. It's amazing. Absolutely love it. My favorite ride meets my favorite designer. So good. So good. Okay. My final whip is the Gryffindor Common Room. This is by Green Terrace. This is my oldest whip. If you're new here, I am working on this every weekend. And I'm rotating my oldest whip out. As soon as it's done, the next oldest whip goes in. So I finished Sorcerer Mickey a little bit earlier this year. This is my next oldest whip. And then once this is done, it'll be the Collectors by Autumn Lane Stitchery, which still has so many stitches left. But it's block stitching and it'll go quickly. We're putting that out there. Anyway, Gryffindor Common Room by Green Terrace. And this is where I'm up to. Like I said, it's in the Q-Snap. But what I've done since I saw you last was essentially finish up to here, including the back stitching. And then I've been working down. So there is only 2,700 and something stitches to go. I'm not 100% sure. But it will fly. Surprisingly, I'm getting like, you know, I'll get like 500 or 600 stitches a day on the weekend, depending on like what we're doing and stuff. Like last week I got 1,200 stitches over the whole weekend, and it actually fills in so much more than you think. So I think this is going to fly, and then we'll be working on block stitching to get the Collectors done. The Collectors still has a ton of stitches. So the Collector still has 13,971 stitches left. So we're going to be working on that one for a while. And then after that, it's Diagon Alley, which is a 10 stitch piece, which will fly. And then the next few after that will be fairly, sorry, I'm looking at my spreadsheet, will be fairly quick, I think, until we get to what is currently number 13 on my spreadsheet, but technically number 12 because my first row is headings, which is my Villains BAP. Now, I don't know if I'm going to work on that every weekend or if I'm going to alternate that with the next oldest after that, which is the Stephen King House by the Witchy Stitcher, which is for my friend Cass Crosses. She's over on Instagram as well. If I work on that, because if I'm stitching in the kitchen or in the lounge with Ross, then I can't have my Villains BAP because I don't have my stand in there. But if I'm working in here, which is my stitchy room and my office, then I can work on the Villains BAP. So I think that's what I might do when I get there. Anyway, this turned into plans. And anyway, this is where this is up to. Honeyduke's Needleminder is from Itchy Stitchy. It's no longer available. The Sakura Blossom Needleminder is from Ginger Stitch AU. Also, all of these minders on this board here, which you can see just over my shoulder, also all of those are Ginger Stitch AU minders that are not currently on projects. So if you can see how many are on there are a lot on there that are not currently on projects. But you all know how much I love Ginger Stitch AU and their needle minders. So to all of those doing push-ups or squats or whatever you're doing, you know, it's hilarious and I love it. And I know Zane messaged me after my last video with the counter, and I know some people asked for the counter again, but it's not happening. It's a lot for Ross to edit. So he already goes above and beyond for my videos, which we appreciate. Otherwise there would not be videos. So anyway, I'll give you one more Ginger Stitch AU for your squats and your whatever else you're doing. Enjoy that, because my only piece of haul is my fabric of the month from Color Cascade. I get the 32 count even weave in a 17 by 26 cut. This fabric, I'm getting very particular colors and it's completely random. So like not everyone will get the same color. Tammy does keep a spreadsheet of what she sends you, so she knows like we're not super doubling up on things, but everyone gets different colors. A lot of mine have been blues and purples, a couple of neutrals, a couple of pinks. This one is another blue, but when I saw this, I'm like, I think this needs a Sorcerer Mickey chart on it. Not the full coverage, but a Sorcerer Mickey, because this is 32 count Sorcerer by Color Cascade. And it is just Sorcerer Mickey hat blue, and I love it. It is absolutely beautiful. So, adding to my collection, I do have a Sorcerer Mickey chart from Abby Sue Designs, and I did almost start it on it, but then I'm whipping down. We need to remember we are trying to get things finished so I can buy Death by Cross Stitch from Long Dog Samplers and get that up. So, finish things, Liz. Anyway, I do. I've got whips precariously stood there. I had my whips that I was showing you on this side, which was literally on the majority of my DMC master set, because this is what I'm currently doing to try and get caught up on 324 and the sequel. I had some of it kitted on their own like floss drops, but it turns out I didn't fully kit, so I'm sort of trying to get the ones that need my master set done, so then when I get back to the top I'll be able to use those. So another short video. I apologize, but you know, at least you can now watch someone else. What do we want to leave? Leave me a little spool emoji in the comments down below if you've made it this far. Let me know what you're stitching on. If you've got any questions about any of my whips or anything, leave them down in the comments below. I will answer you. Do all the YouTubey things, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!